Good evening, Kryptonians. This is Crypto Big Boss coming to you again with another great video. As many of you may be aware, Congress of the United States just passed the infrastructure bill, something I've been talking about for months now, specifically because it's not just about bridges, roads, and infrastructure. They added on to this bill some words and some things that affect the entire crypto community. And now with their sneakiness, they have basically put the base structure in place to basically shake the crypto community at its core. Basically an unenforceable law that basically gives them leeway into the future to potentially take what they want from the crypto holders in the way of actually creating a crypto tax. I'm gonna look at this. If you don't have a background on this, look at this article on CoinDesk. It says the House sends the infrastructure bill with crypto tax provision to the president. The vote passed with bipartisan support on Friday night. Let's just dig into this, and then I'm going to give you some commentary. The U.S. House of Representatives voted to pass a bipartisan infrastructure bill that contains a controversial crypto tax reporting requirement. Stop right there. This is something in my earlier videos that I said it will never happen. I was wrong. Somehow, some kind of way, maybe they didn't look at this hard enough, but I guess they thought the benefits outweighed the minuses and they just wanted to pass something. And they did not understand that they were crippling their opportunity to participate in possibly the greatest innovation in finance since the inception of man. I thought that the House of Representatives would get it right, even though the Senate didn't. Well, let's go on. The House voted in favor of the bill with at least 218 ayes late Friday night, fulfilling a key priority for the Biden administration amid controversy over whether an accompanying Democrat-led bill would also move forward. The Senate originally passed the bill in August after lawmakers shot down any attempts at amending the crypto provision. Okay? So then it says the bill now goes to the U.S. President, Joe Biden, for his signature. And we know he's going to sign it. The crypto industry was concerned about a tax reporting requirement with the bill that sought to expand the definition of a broker for IRS purposes. The reporting requirement would see all brokers report transactions under the current tax code. Industry proponents worried that the definition would be too broad, capturing entities like miners and other parties that don't actually facilitate transactions. Another provision included in the bill to amend tax code section 6050I has also stoked fear in the crypto industry. The law, written nearly 40 years ago to apply to in-person cash transactions over $10,000, essentially requires recipients to verify the sender's personal information and record their social security number, the nature of the transaction, and other information, and report the transaction to the government within 15 days. Unlike other tax code violations, violations of 6050I are a felony, and some lawmakers have pointed out that applied to cryptocurrencies and other digital assets like non-fungible tokens, the law could be nearly impossible to comply with. Pushback against the provision led up to the bill's passage in the Senate, where the infrastructure bill originated, giving the industry a chance to push for an amendment to modify the language. Ultimately, however, the Senate passed the bill without adopting any amendments, despite an 11th hour effort to secure a change. Hey, this means that somebody in the House knew that this was a bad idea. But I guess they were not loud enough or convincing enough to get their message across. The Treasury Department still has to explain how it plans to interpret the bill and publish guidance spelling out how businesses or other entities will have to comply with it. So what do I think about it? What does Crypto Big Boss think about this particular bit of legislation? Well, I have always been a big proponent of DeFi. I've been there since the beginning. And I always have been against big government getting their hands into everybody's business on this one. We had an opportunity for DeFi to change the way the world works. And as you can see, the governments of the world just won't leave it alone. The Chinese banned crypto, and then they wanted to stop mining, and then they turned around and tried to make the miners come back after they left their country, and they realized that, you don't shut down a $2 trillion asset or set of assets. And here we are, we're no better over here in the United States. Now we have a bill where everybody's transactions over $10,000 have got to be tracked. I got to know the person's name, the social security number, and all, and I got to say why I paid for it. If I had to say how this affects crypto, I would say that it about kills the privacy coins. And I hate that, because I think Americans, and I think the world over, people in general, have the right to actually conduct private transactions. It should not be the government's business to know every single thing about everything you buy and everything you sell and who you give money to. And I think this is a personal affront to all Americans and the world abroad, that people just don't have enough sense to actually basically maintain their own finances and deal with who they want to deal with. That the government of the United States has to know every single dollar spent above a certain amount. And if you don't, you're a felon. If I give $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, or $10,000 worth of SHIB, or $10,000 worth of Ethereum to a family member, I got to basically give them my social security number and the person's social security number. It doesn't matter what the reason was. It doesn't mean, even if it was a gift, I got to report that within 15 days to somebody, or I'm a bad guy. I'm a felon. You're going to find me, you're going to put me in jail. So I think that there will be some work that the Treasury Department has to do to basically fix this. Otherwise, it could possibly kill all the privacy coins in the crypto space. In addition, it's almost non-enforceable. It doesn't make any sense. And with regards to crypto, this is not the only law that sits in state legislation. There's a bunch of state laws that are on the books in many different states that shouldn't be there. There's plenty of laws that have been written, both federal and state, that actually should be struck from the books and burned on a campfire because they are not applicable or don't make sense. And in this case, taking something from 40 years ago and trying to apply it to a digital asset doesn't make any sense. They need to get some new people with new knowledge to create new legislation that is applicable to new assets, so you don't hurt new innovation. Because our future, the world's future and the US's future, is going to be determined by our ability to grow and nurture this technology. The worst thing we could possibly do is destroy innovation right here in the United States, in the world of DeFi. And everybody's going to be worried. The little people are going to be worried. Okay, all the people that bought all this SHIB and all this Bitcoin, Ethereum, when the word gets out and all the big crypto evangelists put the crypto world video, crypto's on fire video out there, when they put that out there, it could possibly cause a scare because of a silly set of words, 8 words in an infrastructure bill. And people start pulling out and the crypto crashes to the ground over some silliness. Something that should have been amended inside of the legislation before it went to the president. You're putting Mr. Biden in a bad position. And I hope his cabinet is watching some of these videos on YouTube so that they can stop him from putting his pen to the paper because of some ignorant legislation. It's going to cause a disruption in decentralized finance and the growth of the entire set of technology across the board. What happens if people pull the plug on investing in cryptocurrency in 2022? It's not going to kill the innovation. It's not going to kill the technology. What it's going to actually do is it's going to make it a more coveted set of assets to have. People are going to be upset. Some people are going to have the wherewithal to hold on. They're going to hodl until the dust clears because there is nothing that is competing with cryptocurrency as far as solving the problems that digital currency solves. Things like cross-border payments that no longer have to take 2 weeks. Things like being able to integrate digital currency capability into applications across the board. You choose which innovation you want to use, whether it be Ethereum, ClayTN, Cardano, or possibly a SHIB in the future. These innovations are things that can't be ignored. And when you try to hamper them, it's not going to stop the world from using them. What are we going to do? Continue to put Band-Aids on Web 2.0? Web 3.0 is here. It's here. We need to be embracing this technology. The Senate and the Congress of the United States are stifling innovation. But there's still time. That's the beautiful part about a democracy. It's composed of all kinds of people from all walks of life, with all levels of intellectual capability. And I have faith that they will circle the wagons and they will stop the foolishness at some level. Somehow, ignorance can somehow get past the Senate and the Congress. I'm not surprised. Not after what happened in January. Not after you can sit up here and tear down the Capitol building and barely hold anyone accountable. I'm not surprised that this kind of legislation could sneak inside of an infrastructure bill and actually go unchallenged. But I still got faith. I've got faith that the legislators aren't all totally whacked out. I've got faith because the banks themselves are also investing in crypto. These whales that people are talking about are institutional investors. They're not individuals like you and I. They are big time banks and corporations. We got ProShares out here and a Bitcoin ETF. Okay, that's not for the little people. That's for these companies. So when you start talking about trying to move this kind of money and holding everybody accountable and whose social security number was on this and why did you do that? I think the banks and I think the big time corporations who are now, invested inside of this technology, they're going to have something to say about it. And these congressmen, even though they weren't educated before when they passed this bill, well, they're going to get their education after this. We're going to call it remedial. Sometimes people need to go to remedial education. They got to do a grade over. So we might see some new legislation that comes into the Senate and into the House to fix this. Sometimes people have to get a new lesson because they didn't get their lesson the first time. I'm saying all this to say one thing. Don't worry about it. Don't sit there and go, oh God, I'm getting out, and then just lose your shirt. Okay? Some people are going to say this is my time to exit. I respect that. I would love for you to leave your comments in the comment section. How do you feel about this infrastructure bill? Do you believe this is the death of DeFi? Do you believe this is the start of the unraveling of all cryptocurrency? If you do, I respect your opinion. I would love to see the comments in the comment section. This is something I want to see all of my subscribers talking about, because events are what drive up the cost of these assets and drive it down. And as more and more people become aware of what just happened on November the 5th, when they become aware of what happened, now that this bill is out there and it passed this past Friday and it's getting ready to go to Mr. Biden, as they become educated, what are they going to do? Are they going to jump ship? Are they going to abandon ship on all crypto? Are we all going to run? Or are we going to wait these jokers out? Because we know what they're doing. See, when the cat got out the bag, they weren't paying attention. See, because they were sitting back there in the back of the classroom sleep. And then when they woke up and there was $2 trillion worth of money inside of the crypto space and they didn't have their part in it, they said, oh, hold up, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We need to get a piece of that. And they've been crying the whole time. They've been crying ever since before the Senate saw the bill the first time. How are we going to get our little mushy hands into this sugar pot and get our piece of this action? And well, here we've got the base of it, the foundation of it. They didn't put their little flour and their little water and sugar in there, and they stirred it up, and they're getting ready to make their little pie, and they're getting ready to serve it to us and say, now you're going to give us some of this. You're going to tell us how much money you done made, and you're going to tell us, you know, who you sending it to, because we have a right to know, because we're the government. Well, guess what? I seem to remember some words that they might have forgotten. It starts out like something like, we the people. We the people. See, they didn't forget that, well, every 2 years, see, we get to go back up there to the voting box and we get to vote, see. We get to decide who is going to be up there representing us. And I don't know about you, but when somebody messes with my money, it pisses me off. And I'll see you at the voting booth. We see who's up there. And it's time that they know that, guess what? They need to get a little bit more educated when they start to looking at these here bills. Everybody is not trying to use crypto for nefarious purposes. This was an opportunity for many, many, many hardworking Americans and people abroad worldwide to finally build wealth without somebody's foot on their neck and them not being able to achieve the financial goals that they wanted to have for their families. And here we go again. We find a way to stop them from dreaming. We find a way to stop them from achieving their financial success. Well, guess what? They keep this up, we're going to stop them from stopping us. Because we're going to go right up there to the voting booth, and we're going to put some people in there that are up on game. And what I mean by that is they understand what cryptocurrency is. They understand it's not just for nefarious purposes. They know that it's for building wealth and it's for innovative purposes that basically will push this world to a place where money can move at the speed of digital, internet. It can move faster. We're not sitting up here waiting 2 weeks for some money to slide from one account to another because we just did something where we moved from stocks to, we sold some stock and now we got to wait 3 days for the money to get in our account. We can move faster than that. It's what this digital currency actually solves. And yeah, this is pissing me off. Yeah, I'm on my soapbox. But if you don't get mad about somebody coming in your house and trying to take your money, what is it that you get upset about? Okay? If you own cryptocurrency, you are now under attack. They're not attacking you physically. They're attacking your wallet. And they're attacking your privacy. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you share this video. I hope that you think about this next time you go and vote. I hope that if you're not a subscriber to this channel, that you go ahead and like and subscribe so you can get this kind of information. Check out other videos from other crypto evangelists so you learn more about how this infrastructure bill could possibly affect your crypto holdings. Get educated on this thing. The more educated you are, the better decision you can make. Please drop some comments in the comment section, and I'll catch you on the next one.